Welcome to the Travel Plus Loyalty Podcast. We are again ready with our Monday morning update. Today, in our news update, we talk about SAS, Norwegian and Norse Atlantic, where it's possible to travel, and in our deep dive history, we take a look at the new all-premium European airline PRAGUSA.ONE. We have the Managing Director Kresimir Budinski with us today. Let's get started with our news update. The first history is about SAS, who lost an important case in the EU court. The case was against SAS on whether it was an extraordinary circumstances if the pilots are going on a planned strike action towards the airline. This has now proven that it's not considered an extraordinary circumstances, and therefore SAS will need to pay back compensation to all who were impacted during the week-long strike in the spring of 2019. It is about 380,000 passengers, and SAS estimated that the total bill for the strike will be over 1 billion Swedish crowns. This is a very important case, as this also can impact all other European airlines that is hit by a strike. The next story is about Norwegian and a new company called Norse Atlantic that rises from the Norwegian long-haul ashes. While the old Norwegian is struggling to get reconstructed into a new Norwegian, Norse Atlantic rises from the ashes of the old Norwegian's long-haul business. It is built up by the main persons from Norwegian, amongst other persons Bjørn Kos, the founder of the old Norwegian. Norse Atlantic will release the previous Boeing 787 Dreamliners that the old Norwegian had to deliver back to the leasing companies when they decided to close down their long-haul adventure. The chairman of the U.S. House of Transportation and Infrastructure Committee on Wednesday urged Biden's administration to deny a permit for the new low-cost Norwegian carrier to enter the domestic U.S. market. Representative Peter DeFazio, in a statement released ahead of a hearing last Thursday, urged the Transportation Secretary to deny Norse Atlantic a permission to enter the U.S. market. Last week, Reuters reported the budget airline planned to fly from U.S. destinations such as New York, Los Angeles, and Miami to European cities including London, Paris, and Oslo, with a goal of launching its first flight in December this year. Norse Atlantic, which raised 1.28 billion Norwegian crowns from industrial investors ahead of an expected stock market listing in Oslo next month, said it was very confident of receiving the required permit as there is US employees involved. The CEO, Bjørn Tore Larsen, told Reuters, "We will have permanent employees in the US, in the air and on the ground. We will use Boeing Dreamliners, and we will of course respect the employees' right to unionize if they wish to do so." The interesting part is if it's a good time to start up a new budget long-haul airline. There are good deals to be made on planes, plenty of pilots and cabin crew available in both the US and Europe. There is also lots of knowledge and experience from the group of people involved in the new airline on what to do and what not to do. So only time will tell now. The new airline is on its way to be funded and it's ready to start later this year. More countries open up and no quarantine plan for foreign visitors this summer. Thailand is one of them. Thailand expects to open up the Phuket Island from July. For the plan to succeed, at least 70% of the 466,587 of Phuket's population will need to receive 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. The first round is estimated to begin on April 15th and the second on May 15th. Foreign visitors' movement would be monitored by a phone app. The Seychelles are also opened up fully last week, and now everyone, except from Africa, can visit the islands. Only requirement is a negative COVID-19 test. So we are seeing more and more countries that are wanting tourists to come and trying to get ready for the summer season. The list will during the next 4 to 8 weeks most likely getting longer when more populations are being vaccinated. That was today's news update, and now over to today's deep dive, which follows along the topic of creating new airlines during the pandemic. We have heard about North Atlantic earlier in this news update. But there are more airlines starting up. One example is Flyr in Norway. But today's deep dive is looking on a very specific new company and maybe later an airline. PRAGUSA.ONE is it called. PRAGUSA.ONE is going to operate out of Prague and Dubrovnik. The goal is in 2024 to have 4 A350s in its fleet. It will start in June this year using a charter arrangement of 2 A330s and 2 A350s. So what is the special thing about PRAGUSA.ONE? See, it's going to be an all-premium airline. The 4 A350s that will arrive in the first half of 2024 will be having a cabin with only premium economy. So this is the unique thing. It will be an airline, an all-premium economy airline, so their A350s-900 will feature 251 seats. As a point of comparison, the French B has 411 seats on its 350s and only 35 premium economy seats. Their main product will be full service. It will be 7 days round trip or 2 weeks round trips for middle and upper middle class air travelers to the city of Prague and Dubrovnik. Let's deep dive more into this new and unique airline to come. We have been talking to its managing director Kresimir Budinski on how PRAGUSA.ONE was founded, what the name actually means, and what the business model behind it is going to be. Welcome, Kresimir, to the Travel Plus Loyalty Podcast. We are happy to have you. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your company?
My pleasure to talk with you, Henrik. My name is Kresimir Budinski, and I'm founder and managing director of PRAGUSA.ONE, which is a UK-based company established last year in August. So PRAGUSA.ONE is a new airline that offers tailor-made travel packages to avid travelers.
What does PRAGUSA.ONE actually means?
Right. So PRAGUSA is going to operate from 2 bases, Dubrovnik and Prague. And the name PRAGUSA is forged from the names of the bases. So Prague and Ragusa. And Ragusa is a Latin name for Dubrovnik. And this one represents the uniqueness of the company.
Why Airbus and why all premium?
We decide to start operation. So actually, we are going to start operation with the 330s and the 350s. And by the time, so we are already in talks with the Airbus to get brand new 350s in a single class layout, all premium economy by 2024. But operation will start with 330s and 350s. So let's say that 330s will be used for the short, not short haul, let's say mid haul destinations, and the 350s will be used for longer, let's say long haul destinations. Why we decide to use let's say to talk with Airbus just on the single class all premium economy? Because behind PRAGUSA.ONE we have a team of aviation and travel professionals, and we saw what happened in the past, how airlines set these configurations, and we saw the opportunity especially after the COVID-19 outbreak, we saw the opportunity for the premium passengers to offer direct flights on a point-to-point basis. And that's why we decide to let's say to fix the 350s with this all premium economy layout.
Who's behind PRAGUSA.ONE?
So at this moment, 15 people, mostly, let's say, aviation and travel professionals, are working on this project since summer last year. And the whole project is backed by the private investors from aviation industry. So our investors are deeply involved with more than 20 years of experience in investing in aviation companies. We also did market research, and we saw this, let's say, small niche of the travelers which are keen to pay more to get premium service, and that is what we are aiming to serve.
More about the product.
So we would like to offer a practically door-to-door service to premium customers. It will cover for sure the free lounge passes, also transfers to the airport with the premium, let's say, cars or vans. It depends on the size of the group, and that is what we saw in our customers, which are looking, especially now when the market will start to recover, which are looking for this kind of premium service. I cannot tell you at this moment more details because we are, let's say, we are finishing the last polishing let's say the last details on the travel packages. But what we can say that we are going to provide first 14 days trips between the Prague and Dubrovnik. We will have in offer 7-day round trips around the Prague and Dubrovnik. And as I said, that will be our main revenue channel, but also we are going to provide direct flights which will be accessible to major GDS system.
How will you start?
Yes, we let's say that we are going to start as a travel agency, but in next 3 years we will make a transition to the, let's say, kind of the airline, because AOC certification will take some time, and that is why we. But anyway, we can start just as a, let's say, travel agency.
When can we buy the tickets?
We expect, let's say in general, to launch our booking and the reservation system by the end of April. And but the start of the operations will depend on these travel restrictions. That is what we can say at this moment, and we are not sure what is going to happen in the upcoming days. So that is what I can share with you.
When do we know more about the planes?
So we are practically, so we expect to sign the agreements on the lease of the aircraft on the operator in the next couple of days, and we are going to disclose that probably next week.
What about price and competition?
No, so we are not going to compete with the scheduled carriers, large carriers like Lufthansa, Emirates, Qatar. Also, we are not going to compete with the low-cost carriers. Let's say we are not. The whole, let's say, the prices will be balanced according to the package. So, and we heard a lot of, let's say. People that they are keen to pay more for the better for the premium service, and that is what we are aiming to provide in terms of the let's say prices. Also, will be the prices will be published in approximately, so let's say in the second half of April this year.
Which destination will you start at?
We see that United States destination, New York and LA, might be in service to Croatia. Current situation in Czech Republic is not so good, so But anyway, we would like to operate from these destinations, like from United States, LA and New York. There is a big demand from South Africa, from Johannesburg, also from China. We have partners in China which are supporting this project, not just in terms of the travel agencies, also to support us at the Chinese civil aviation authorities to get all permits to have a fully functional airline.
How will you develop into an airline?
Yes, that's right. So in Croatia, we are going to apply for the LC. It will take approximately 10 to 12 months to get this LC. Until then, we will operate with our, let's say, partner on a full charter basis. And then once when we get this LC, we will convert it to wet lease in the 2022 2023 to dry lease, and in 2024 we expect to have our new A350s in single class or premium economy.
Experienced CEO on its way.
I cannot disclose at the moment, but we, let's say, hired ex-CEO of one big airline to become a CEO of the PRAGUSA.ONE, and this information will be published soon also.
Status on the A350 orders.
Yes, we are in talks with the lessor. We know who owns this production slot in 2024, and also we became a customer of the Airbus last year. If I'm not wrong, in October last year we became Airbus customer, and we are in deep talks with brand new aircrafts, all in first half of 2024. So 2 in first quarter and 2 in the second quarter of the 2024.
That concludes our deep dive this week, where Kresimir Budinski tells us how PRAGUSA.ONE will go from a charter company to a wet lease company and all the way to a real airline with 4 A350s with all premium economy seats in 2024. Thank you for listening on this episode, and we wish you a very good day.